Analysis part. It is an argumentative text that states the argument of the writer about social issue illegal immigration. The rhetorical strategies used are argumentation and explanation, and the modes of analysis used is cause and effect. Cause of illegal immigration affected many problems in the United States. The text talking about illegal immigration is always being problem, especially in the United States. There are supporting points that talking about injustice and social inequality that exists in the United States. There's few more distinctive ones relate to this. First, there are many immigrants who adhere the rules to entering the United States, being part of the United States as it were, are trying hard to study and trying to spend a lot of money. On the other hand, the illegal immigrant will end up and walking into the United States without obeying the rules. The second was a plan to deportation family of children and then at least 5 years in the United States. Whereas illegal immigrants are not stabilized in such effort with the nation, they dare skill of life who come and fill the gap in the American labor market. Based on the text, we know that the writer didn't approve the plan to deportation family of children in the United States. He felt that it was unfair. Many problems happens in American. It's like about the injustice and the social inequality that happen because of the illegal immigration.
Now I will explain about the second point, that is interpretation of the text. There are 2 points on the interpretation of the text. The first is what debates were authored and the text engaging at that time, and the second is what kind of reasoning are employed. The first is the problem that debates on the text is illegal immigration issue. The problem began with the President Barack Obama plan to put out a bill that allowed the deferment of deportation on parents who have children who have been in the United States for at least 5 years. But according to the writer's point of view, the bill is less than reasonable, because the writer feels unfair that a family with children could be deported, but illegal immigrants get away with this bill. And also, illegal immigration is argued to be viewed as a good thing due to low-skilled workers that come in and fill gaps inside the American labor market. Another reason is the writer doesn't know the background of the family that could be deported. The second is what kind of reasoning are employed. The kind of reasoning on the text are political and social, because the text talk about law, bill, and unfairness issue.
Evaluation part. The weakness of the text is lack of supporting evidence. There are no facts or sources to validate the arguments of the writer. The text contains only the writer's argument and the writer's opinion to support the argument in it.
Now we are moved to the next point, the strength of the text. The strength of the text is the writer can provoke the reader by using some illustration. For example, the writer asks the reader to think about some case, like, what about bill that help illegal immigrants to obtain travel license, and what about people who have struggling, like spend their time, spend their money just to become the actual citizen of United States. The first question is, what do you think of the title? I think the title is interesting and synchronous with the content of the text. The second question is, What is the main idea of the text? The main idea is in the first paragraph on the last sentence, that is, illegal immigration is always being a problem in United States. The third question is, what are the rhetorical strategies applied in the text? The rhetorical strategies that apply in the text are argumentation and explanation, because the text is full of the writer's argument and always explain her or his argument.
4. Why did the writer write this article? In our opinion, we think that the writer write this article because he wants to show us and tell us about the social issue happen in United States, especially about illegal immigration that cause injustice and social inequality. The writer thinks that was unfair happen in his society, and he want to show her his opinion, his argument about that issue. 5. What the message does the writer want to convey? The writer wants to demand justice, and he wants a more fair and fair effort. He wants to show that he doesn't agree about the plan to deportation family of children who live in United States at least 5 years because he thinks that it is unfair. 6. Does the article expose valid data in elaborating the information? In what way? No, there's no valid data because the text contains only the writer's argument and his opinion. There's no any source or research to supporting the argument of the writer.